Chilali, where are you?
Chilali sighed and stood, not bothering to brush herself off. She moved to Beriszl, wondering what the Ragebourne wanted and hoping Falcon had not sent Beriszl to bring her back. She saw Beriszl squinting to see her, which surprised her. Even under the overcast night sky, she was able to see fairly well with just the firelights from the mansion and the Briam camp.
Are you here? I cannot see you.
Once she got closer, she saw the Ragebourne's shoulders rise and fall with relief. Meanwhile, all the Briam had gone into their tents, afraid perhaps. She wasn't sure. She was too far away.
Why are you crawling around in the fields?
The Ragebourne asked, with genuine confusion.
I wanted to watch the Briam.
He nodded with more motion than a man, which made the action appear exaggerated.
They are the most simple of peoples. Left alone, they become feral, bigger and stronger. Very dangerous.
She shrugged and moved past the Ragebourne, ducking empty pods along the way. Beriszl turned to go after her.
Wait a moment. I would speak with you.
She stopped and looked at the Ragebourne, waiting.
Do you think ill of Jerl?
Do I think ill of her?
Yes. Are you angry with her over her decision to force Minnie to come along with us?
Chilali halved a stalk with a slice of her hand.
Yes.
But you must realize now why she does it. Yes?
Chilali hewed another stalk.
She wants me to know what it is like to go into battle with someone I care about.
But she lies. For your benefit, perhaps, and for Minnie's and Astra's.
She tried to take down one more stalk, but Beriszl caught her hand, completely encasing it with his own. His swiftness shocked her, as did the strength of his grip. So surprised she was, it took a moment for her to feel the anxiety welling inside her again. She jerked her hand free. She stared at the Ragebourne, furious with him for grabbing her, stopping her. But Beriszl remained calm.
Destroy only the deserving, Chilali. This is good advice, I think.
She wound his words through her mind and took note of the fallen stalks. Beriszl squatted, bringing his head below the stalks and stretching out his arms to keep balanced on his toes. Now both were hidden among the fields, isolated in their own private, dark world.
Jerl brings Minnie and Astra to protect them from Rafe, as much as she can.
Protect them?
She asked,
her brow wrinkled.
You smelled the Talarian scent on the boy, did you not?
She nodded in reply, unsure of where this was going.
So you understand, then?
Chilali returned a blank stare.
I see. So you do not know of such things and what they mean. You are still innocent.
Innocent.
She had never been called such a thing, and truthfully, she didn't completely understand the meaning of the word. In the past, when encountering words and phrases she didn't understand, she relied on her reading of the speaker's body language, scent, and the overall context to make sense of the word, as well as the comparative usage. But this was different. She needed to understand what the Ragebourne meant.
What does innocent mean?
Beriszl nodded his head knowingly.
One who knows not evil.
And evil?
Beriszl chuckled.
If I were to tell you, you would no longer be an innocent.
Tell me.
Beriszl waved his hand across her entire field of vision, dismissing her demand.
You will know it in time. Just believe Jerl wishes to protect Astra and Minnie, and bear no grudge against her.
She sighed.
I will try.
What do you want in this life?
The Rageborn asked, leaning forward on his knuckles and bent arms. She returned a blank stare. Beriszl scratched the tops of his feet.
Do you intend to serve the Empire? Become its champion, as Strife did?
No.
Then what do you intend?
To save Alden.
Beyond that?
Kill Shank.
The answer surprised the wise Rageborn. He made note of it.
And beyond that?
Find my mother.
Your mother? Do not Divergent's mothers abandon their daughters?
She left me alone in the forest.
So, you will return to the forest?
No, she's outside the forest.
Why do you think that?
Chilali shrugged.
Why do you care for Talarians?
Her brow wrinkled at the question.
Care for them?
Eamon told me you protected Minnie from the boy, and I was told the story about how Astra came to live here.
I didn't like how they were treated. It reminded me what Shank would do in the forest.
You watched Shank kill the children.
I didn't like it. He wouldn't just eat them. He kept scaring them and hurting them. I had never seen a Rageborn or a girl before. I didn't understand. I thought they were strong like me. I didn't know until Alden came. He spoke like my mother spoke, and I could understand him. I listened to him talk to the others about Severia. I watched him have nightmares and become sick at the smell of the strange meat Olin put down. He wanted to stop Shank. I tried to help. That's how I got trapped.
She explained all of this as she squatted down and wrapped her arms around her knees. Balancing on her toes, she hid her face between her kneecaps. Beriszl, absent-minded, scribbled in the soil with one of his claws. This Divergent did know evil. She had seen it, tasted it, and felt it, but she had not recognized it for what it is. Her purity was refreshing and rare. The old Rageborn witnessed none like it before, which meant a time would soon come when she would gain such understanding. And when she did, her rage would consume the kingdoms of man. The silver throne was destined to become a pile of cinders, seated by a blackened skeleton. Beriszl could feel this on the tops of his feet. They itched so exquisitely.
Your situation is difficult. I would not trust your allies,
he finally advised. She raised her head to regard the Rageborn.
But, like the Talarians and the Briam, I am just a slave. I am bound by my oath to serve the Empire, up to the loss of my own life. Then I will be free. So I care not whether I am betrayed or a betrayer.
With that, Beriszl lumbered back to the mansion, a serene sadness in his pace. Chilali tipped backwards and rolled onto her back. The Rageborn's parting words were a mystery to her, but the soft soil felt great. It was as good, or maybe even better than, the bed awaiting her in the mansion. She stared into the cloudy sky, picking out Sitara's diffused light and noting the approximate location of her star. Drowsiness followed with the drift of the clouds above.